Hi everyone, we're going to get started here in a couple minutes. My name is Cameron Carlson. Can you let me know in the comments if you can hear me? Thank you, Teresa, I appreciate that. Thanks, Tony. We're going to start here in a couple minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Welcome. My name is Cameron Carlson and I will be presenting alongside Malika Womack. And today we're going to be presenting on Clarksville, Tennessee, and we're excited to kind of talk to you about the market and give you a little overview as well as some of the great opportunities for cash flow appreciation and its affordability. So a little bit about me. I'm a licensed real estate agent. I'm also an advisor here at Marshall Reddick. I've worked in 4 different divisions at the company, and I've had the privilege of getting a background in accounting. I've done loan underwriting, and I've been a part of the property management staff. So a good experience for me to really give you an idea of real estate as a whole. I have my bachelor's degree from Vanguard University, and I've done real estate transactions in 7 different states, as well as I'm also a mortgage fund investor. And so some of you may be familiar with Marshall Reddick, and for others of you, this might be your first time hearing about us. Well, to put it simply, we're basically a full service real estate firm, and we have 4 divisions within our company. The first division is we are a real estate brokerage. We help people buy and sell investment properties as well as buy and sell their primary residences. Nationwide, we did around 600 transactions last year, and of the investment transactions we've done, 90% of those we also manage. And that brings us to our second division, which is property management. We basically take care of everything for the landlord, from leasing to maintenance to renovations, rent collections, lease enforcement, and much more. So basically, as a landlord, all you need to do is collect a rent check every month. Third, we are a private lending. We have a full private lending. We're a private money lender. Sometimes if you can't qualify for conventional financing, you'll need a private financing. Marshall Reddick provides non-owner occupied real estate loans to borrowers. A lot of these borrowers are doing fix and flips, maybe new construction renovation loans, or they're just purchasing investment property. And the fourth division is our mortgage investing. So the same way you can own real estate and collect rent checks, our investors own mortgages and collect mortgage payments. I personally, as mentioned, invest in the Marshall Reddick Mortgage Fund, where I do not need to do or think about anything. Basically, I just collect a quarterly distribution. Within this, I am, as I mentioned, a real estate advisor here. So some topics we're going to cover tonight. We're going to take a look at Clarksville. We're going to talk about, why sometimes it can be considered an undervalued market. We're going to talk about the surrounding suburbs and its proximity to Nashville. Clarksville, we really want to introduce you to our team here and show you the office. And we're going to talk about what it looks like working with us, the advisor, the realtors, and how we're kind of a one-stop shop there, as well as our property management footprint. We manage just over 400 properties throughout, and we're going to talk about the growth and where we see the growth of Clarksville coming to. We're going to take a look at some example properties as well. We have some great sheets to look at. Malika's going to do a great job going over it. And we hope that you guys learned something tonight. Please take notes. Feel free to ask chat questions. Either we respond to them here or we'll follow up and respond. And we want you to be involved. Write down any further questions you want to go over later. And we do have some links for you to take a look at later on, great resources and tools that you can utilize when you're taking a look at investments. And we're going to also record this presentation and provide it to you later. So when you're looking at Marshall Reddick, it's kind of cool to see we are located in 11 metropolitans across the United States. And you can see them here on the map. That's Bay Area, Los Angeles, Orange County, Riverside, California, Austin, Texas, New Braunfels, San Antonio, Houston, Texas, Clarksville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, and Cape Coral, Florida. And you may wonder, why these states? Why these markets? Well, as an investor, it's extremely important which markets you choose, and there are several reasons why we selected these ones. First, we look for markets with strong economic growth, low unemployment rate, and a stable job market. We also want a market where there is a high rental demand. These markets are very landlord friendly, and they have a good ratio of renters to homeowners. These markets are very diverse in their economic industry. We like to see a variety of essential industries like military, medical, insurance, communication, information technology. Also, it's important that the market has a lower barrier of entry. That's kind of what we're going to be talking about here today. Are houses affordable for investors? Maybe the suburbs have more affordable, family-friendly neighborhoods. We want a good education system. This kind of leads to well-educated tenants in more desirable school districts, and maybe there's universities located. Something else is one of the most important criteria is property management. There should be a good selection of property management companies that are competitive with one another, and this is going to produce good services. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where you have a bad property manager and there's maybe only 1, 2, or 3 other companies nearby that won't provide you much better service. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to one of our top performing realtors who's going to kind of take a further look into the market here. Malika.
Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you, everybody, for joining in and hanging out with Cameron and I tonight so we can give you a little information on this market here in Clarksville and Oak Grove, Kentucky. As Cameron said, I am a licensed realtor in the state of Tennessee and Kentucky. I do a lot of transactions in business in Clarksville, Oak Grove, Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and surrounding areas. I have been I don't know, flipping queen, turnkey queen, whatever you want to call me, but kind of a local expert. I've done over 250 flips and counting, more than 400 and 400 and something transactions. So I've been with Marsha Reddick for a while, probably about a decade now, and I enjoy what I do. So that's a little bit about me. So this is our team. Meet our team here in Clarksville. That's our office there, which we are quickly outgrowing because we are growing as far as our team goes. But these are a couple of people from our team. We do have more that are not on this picture, but we do it all. We are a one-stop shop, so we can help you with all of your real estate needs under one roof. We can help you if you want to sell your home, if you want to buy a home, we help as far as finding you a tenant and getting your property leased for you. We can help you with rent ready properties that we have that are those are properties that are Marshall Reddick owned properties that I have handpicked, and we have renovated those properties and got them in a rent ready status for you, and then we help place a tenant for you so that you can automatically go into cash flow. And we also have a private lending department. So if you have a more creative, portfolio where you need, money to pay down, or maybe, you need funds for renovations or something, we are definitely able to help you all under the one Marshall Reddick umbrella. We are very excited and proud that last year of 2022, we won and we were nominated and won for the number one real estate company in Clarksville. So this is us. This is some of the team members that were available that day, and we got our award. And we were in the paper and all on Facebook and different things like that. So we're very excited that we won that competition, and hope that's the first of many to come. So know who you're working with. There's several agents through the Marshall Reddick channels. We're in different states, and there's a lot of us. And just kind of you can go on Zillow, or you can go onto our website for Marshall Reddick and kind of click and see information about us. It doesn't matter who you're with, we're all good. We've all been trained by the best. Our broker is very knowledgeable, and him and our vice president, Scott and Ross, they teach us everything. They teach us well, they train us well, and we all are great realtors. So this is a couple of the realtors that I work with here at the Clarksville office. So as Cameron had mentioned earlier, we have over 400 properties under management here, and we're still growing. We opened up our office here in Clarksville in 2018. So, from over the past 5 years or so, we've grown tremendously, and we have, as you can see, we have expanded out to the Nashville area, so we're getting some properties out that way too, but most of our properties are right in the Clarksville and Oak Grove area. We also have some in Hopkinsville as well. So constantly growing. We're as we grow, we're getting more and more exposure. More people know about us, and they're bringing their properties over to us for management. A little bit about the metro here in Clarksville, about the area. Clarksville is the fifth largest city in Tennessee. So you have Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, Chattanooga, and then you have Clarksville. So, the fifth is not bad. And it has tremendously grown over the last 12 years that I've been here. It's grown quite a bit. I've saw a lot of farmland when I first moved here. There was nothing but farmland, and everything is now is like it's been developed. You have subdivisions, you have strip malls, and just restaurants, and you name it. And along with that comes the traffic. So we are getting kind of like I say crowded here, but we're constantly growing, so it's very lucrative here. Population of about 330,000. So the average age is about 32, and then the income is about 47,000. So that's just a little data that we pulled together for you guys to give you kind of an idea of the life of the city. Home ownership is around 61%, Average price now is $313, which has $313,000, which has tremendously grown. I remember a few years back, I was, doing these webinars and seminars, and it was like it was about 158. Now it's like 313. So that's like a lot of growth, a lot of, home values going up, appreciation, and everything like that. Unemployment rate is about 3.6. You know, I don't know how because everybody is hiring. So, but you know how that can be. Some people just don't want to work. Um, this is another a chart that we put together for you guys, kind of showing you from 2018 all the way up to now. So like the median sale prices, and like I told you, like you can see it started off around about 150,000, and over the years it's just shot up into that 300, 315,000 or whatever. And that's just with growth coming and just the appreciation as Nashville grows, Clarksville grows, and continue to be more lucrative, and just kind of a boom effect. Over here to the right side, you can see the months on supplies of homes for sale. So back in 2018, homes were for sale. They were staying on the market, um, just like a couple of days, and then it shot up a little bit around 2020. I think there was 2021 longer. But if you look like 2022, they're not on the market very long at all. Like they were going very quickly, very quickly. So, this just kind of gives you a little information on the sales price, the supplies of the home. We didn't have a whole lot of inventory. I think there actually was an article where different brokers around town were talking about how there was a shortage and we didn't have very many properties available. And and now we're talking about like how many days, the median days on the market shot from 15 days maybe up to about 20 days. But if you see between 2021 and 2022, less than 5 days. And literally, like properties were going off the market same day. Like they would hit the market. You call the agent, and the agent's like, "Oh, I got 12 offers right now. I got 20 offers." That's when everything was going highest and best, 20, 30, 40,000 above, asking price. So very competitive market here. So the top 5 reasons that people are moving to Clarksville. Number one is the affordability. Um, you know, over the years, I have relocated several families from other places, such as Nashville, just different parts of Tennessee, and they wanted to move here because the cost of living was more affordable, and they didn't want to pay, uh, overpay for rent and things like that because of inflation and stuff. So affordability, and then just the purchase price of our homes. Now it is around 300,000, but once upon a time it was like two something, and that was very affordable. And even now, at the price point that we're at now, it's still affordable compared to some of the other metros that are in Tennessee. Okay. Job opportunities. We have a lot of different employers here that are employing people, job fairs, like, other companies are bringing their company, their business here to the Clarksville area. So it's, a lot of opportunities for, people who are looking for employment or career changes or whatever. Not far from the Metro of Nashville. We're a good 45, 50 minutes, and then you can be in Nashville. So, if you want to do your shopping or just the city life or whatever, we're not far away from it, and it's very convenient. That's why a lot of people relocated from Nashville and moved to Clarksville to live in Clarksville, but they still work or commute, back and forth to Nashville because it's not that far of a drive. Education. All of our high schools, are, some of the top schools in Tennessee. We have really good ratings for our high school. We have Austin P University here. So, education, Tennessee is really big on education. Even their accreditation is a little different than some of the other surrounding states like Georgia or Kentucky, Alabama. Tennessee has a higher standard as far as accreditation goes. And then the quality of life. I hear a lot of people, they move here because of the climate. Maybe they were living in the north, like Wisconsin or, somewhere Boston, and they have harsher winters where they have like a lot of snow and cold weather. Now, don't get me wrong, Clarksville does have all the seasons. We have every single season. It's hot in the summer and it's cold in the winter. But, we do get snow, but we don't get like a lot, tremendous snow. Like some of these states that people relocate from, they get, 12 and 14, 16 inches, and we don't. That's kind of rare. We don't get snow like that often. Okay. So, Open Door did an assessment, and in 2022, Clarksville had one of the highest ranking zip codes, and I think that was the 37043 area, which is Sango. Um, so, once again, a lucrative city, a town that's growing up and coming, heartbeat is getting stronger. And so, just a lot of opportunities for people relocating here and just investors. And it's just got a lot to offer. We will rank the fifth fastest growing housing market. And then we also have here the second largest military base in the world, which is Fort Campbell. Fort Campbell is very unique because it's on both sides of the state. Part of it is in Tennessee, Clarksville, Tennessee, and the other part is in Oak Grove, Kentucky, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And so, we were also ranked the fourth best city in the nation for business attraction. And once again, that goes back to what I was telling you earlier, companies bringing their businesses here. And because of the growth and the potential that this city has, and the location, that's why companies are very interested in trying to buy, acres of land to bring their businesses and companies here. Some of the major employers, I'm sorry, that we have here in this area is Google. We have Bridgestone, LG, Hancock, Tonova Healthcare. Tonova has grown tremendously. Tonova now has pretty much on each corner of the city an emergency room or an urgent care center. So we have a lot of nurses that are coming in and out. We have traveling nurses. We have agencies that want to rent out, they lease out our bigger homes for like, a couple of years or whatever, and they provide housing for their traveling nurses. So that's one of the benefits of, um, being a landlord and having an investment property, that there's so many different avenues of, you have contractors that do the same thing. Like, when they're building something, those workers have to have a place to live. And instead of putting them in a hotel or extended stays, the company likes to rent out homes, and then they have their employees, in the home. But that company is the one who pays the rent. They'll pay it up for a year or 2 years, or whatever, whatever agreement you work out with. So some of the employers that that we have here, LG is still growing. They're adding on to their facility, and they're going to be employing more employees. And then same thing with Hancock, they're growing as well. So just a lot of employment opportunities here. People are relocating here from the smaller outskirts, towns. Even though from the Kentucky side, like they're like, I want to move to Clarksville. There's more opportunity there for me to provide for my family, and own, a nice home and a nice neighborhood and things like that. So Tennessee's future growth. So if you look at this map here, a lot of growth. You can see the breakdown of different companies like Amazon, and how many jobs that they're, going to be employing people. Florum, which is another factory that is going to be expanding. I'm sorry. Going to be expanding and hiring more people. And then you see LG, and a lot of these jobs and companies, they have job fairs, and they'll start advertising their marketing that they're going to have a job fair, and it's going to be like 500 people that they're going to be hiring that day. So get there. So whenever they do that, is really crazy. A lot of people are coming from all over trying to get their resumes out there so they can get in with one of the companies, and then they start looking for a property to rent. Most of the time they want to come in and they want to rent first, and then they might buy a year or two later once they get acclimated to the area and know the town a little bit better and things like that. So um, this is talking about like the master plan and some of the things that they want to do here in Clarksville and expanding and just growing and, just further development for the city itself. So there's just a lot of, things going on here in Clarksville, a lot of opportunities, a lot of just building. The builders are building. They're building townhouse communities. They're building subdivisions, and now the subdivisions are more like, they're making them communities. Like they're having daycares. Like when you go through the entrance of the subdivision, there's like daycares there, and they have car washes and coffee shops and laundry mats and just whatever you might need. And like maybe they might have a little corner store, like a little convenience store where you can get like just bare necessities or whatever. Like if you run out of sugar, you can run up there. You don't have to go all the way to the grocery store. So like the developers are getting better at their layouts of how they're building these communities, and it's really turning Clarksville, taking it up a whole notch. LG, my brother works for LG. He's been working there for like 4 years, and so I know a lot of insight on LG. I know how many families are coming here from overseas in Korea, and they're coming here, the upper management, and they're looking for homes, and they want to rent the big A class properties. They want the 4 and 5 bedroom homes. Um, for upper management and stuff, and they're building and they're growing and they're going to keep expanding, and like they have two sides because now they're not only doing like the appliances, but they're doing more other stuff like the TVs and batteries and just different things that they're going to be doing. But they're going to be hiring more people, which means that there's just going to be more employees that are looking for a place to live because they have to have a place to live or whatever when they do come here, and people are coming from different parts trying to get in with LG. Even if they get in entry level, they're starting off at like $20 an hour. So they're looking for a place to rent. So now I want to go over some properties that I have handpicked, properties that I think you guys will really like. They will um, be cash flowing. They're going to have appreciation. Whatever you're looking for in investing, I'm pretty sure that you'll find one of these properties that will catch your eye. One of my favorites is a hot property. This one is a Marshall Reddick rent ready property. So this property is ready to move in. I'm looking to place a tenant in this property now. 568 Lori Lane. It's in Clarksville, Tennessee. The unique thing about this property is uniquely built. It's a Cape Cod property. So upstairs, you have 2 bedrooms upstairs, and you also have a bonus area upstairs, but you also have like a little man cave or a bonus room downstairs. So when people call me about this property, I tell them it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath with 2 bonus areas. You have a bonus area downstairs and a bonus area upstairs. The great thing about this property is where it's located. It's not far from Post, so it's going to probably attract, a military family possibly. Um, it's not far from Post, and where it's located, there's new subdivisions being built, and those subdivisions are going to make the value appreciate more. So the property is going to be, in the next 2 to 3 years, it's going to be worth way more than what it's, what it's being sold for right now. So that's the great thing about, this property is because of the location of it and what's the surrounding areas. It's off of Dover Road. So if you ever looked at a map of Clarksville, and you can kind of see what they're building in that area, and they're building a lot of new subdivisions and everything that way. Um, the return, 15-year annual return on this one is over 12%, which is totally awesome. So, for under $100,000, you can buy into this property with 30% down. You know, there's really no initial cost you'll have to pay because, like I said, it's a rent-ready property. It's just turnkey. Someone can just move in right now. You don't have to pay any leasing fee on this one. On this property, Marshall Reddick will take care of paying the leasing fee for you. Once we find a tenant, they'll take care of that so you don't have to worry about it the first time. Now, 2 years from now, when that tenant moves out and and it's vacant, yes, you'll have to pay for the leasing fee. But the first initial time, you won't have to worry about paying for a leasing fee. Also, with this property, and only this property, Marshall Reddick will give you 1 year free property management. So the first year of this property, you will not have to pay your 8% property management fee. It will be totally free to you. So perks with anytime you buy a property that is a Marshall Reddick owned property that's rent ready, there's a lot of incentives that go along with that. And I think they will also give you like $1,000 credit, seller credit, for this property too. So remember that. Remember, no leasing fee, 1 year free property management, and $1,000 concession credit, to use however you want to use that. So that's 568, Lori. Okay.
Yeah, and if I may just add one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Something too, a part of that seller credit is, and it's somewhat reflected, is we actually use that seller credit to buy down the rate. So if you're wondering, where that rate comes from, that's definitely something to talk to Reed as a preferred lender. But that's something that we usually recommend using to buy down your interest rate. And so that's something cool that we can get from the seller.
Right, right. Thank you for that. That's absolutely right. Okay, so here's one of these new constructions that that's all over Clarksville that I was telling you about. This one is under contract now, but it's a brand new construction. Um, I was able to help one of our investors get this one under contract. Cameron and I worked together to make that happen, and I was able to negotiate some things with the builder. The builder gave some good seller credits. Normally on the new builds, they don't come with a refrigerator, they don't come with blinds and stuff like that. So, like working for you as, the buyer, I want to make sure that you get the best deal, possible. So I negotiated not only some seller credits, but I negotiated like, the seller to put a refrigerator in there, put blinds up and all that good stuff so that, when your tenant moves in, like you don't have anything else to do. Like it's a brand new build, never been lived in before. Everything is brand new. So, we should be good to go on that. This one, you look at it only about 9%, but that's still good. You're looking at 9%, and you're looking at about $100,000 to get into this property, and this is with 30% down. Your estimated, cash flow is about $60, but that can fluctuate because once again, when we factor in these numbers, we're factoring in like worst case scenario things or things popping up, and hopefully with a new build you won't have next to no type of issues. Looking at about 1795, so that's right at $1,800 a month for rent. So this is a great example of the properties that's out there that are brand new. The list price is 304,900. So, like right at $305,000, you can have a new built home and very low maintenance because it's a new build. Here's another property. Some of my investors like multifamily and like all they want is multifamily. So this is a fourplex that is active right now. It was available earlier today. Now something could have changed, but earlier today it was available, and it was built back in 1994. So let me just explain how this one works. So you're looking at about 8%, a little over 8% for your ROI, and you're looking at about 187 down, to put down after your down payment and everything you need to do. Now, you might have some repair costs up front, but my suggestion on a property like this would be, as the units became vacant, I would renovate each unit. And once you renovate each unit, you will be able to increase the rent. You'll be able to increase the rent, which is going to raise your cash flow. And then as time go on, it's going to appreciate anyway, just because of our market here. But that would be my suggestion if you're looking for a multifamily and it is an older unit, building or whatever. Don't be deterred from that. Don't be discouraged because it's older. Remember, with that, you'll be able to go in, renovate it, and then you'll be able to increase the rent one by one as the tenants move out. So, but this is just an example of some of the properties that we have. So I've showed you a Marshall Reddick rent-ready property. I've showed you a new construction, and I've showed you multifamily. So this is just, I'm able to help you in all capacities. We can go to the MLS and we can find, properties that are just put open to the public. I can find properties within the channels of Marshall Reddick for other investors who just kind of want to, downsize their portfolio. So, and let's go on to the property management fee. So depending on what kind of property you have, your portfolio, how it's set up, you can have a single family home or you can have a multifamily home. We have a very simple fee structure. We don't do any upcharges or anything like that. If you have a single family, you're looking at about 8% every month for your property management fee. Up to a fourplex, a duplex to a fourplex, you're looking at 7%. And then the more properties that you have, the lower the percentage you'll pay for your property management fee. Everything that you need to know is on this form. This is also on our website. So you can go to our website and it'll have a breakdown of every single thing, so you'll know what the fees are for property management. And like I said, on 568 Lori, and that one only, you get 1 year free property management. That's the only one that we can offer that for. I'm going to turn it back over to Cameron.
Thank you so much. You did an absolutely wonderful job. By the way, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat. We're happy to go over those and follow up anything that you may be thinking, or if you have more detailed questions, feel free to let us know. And I just kind of want to go over some really good resources, like I was mentioning earlier. First of all, is we have a wealth of knowledge and unlimited resources as far as education goes on our website. So on our Marshall Reddick website, if you go to marshallreddick.com, you hover over the Learn tab and you select Education. We have a very large library of free resources. Feel free to scan the QR code here, go to the website. I'm happy to follow up and provide you any specific resources, whether that might be like a market data packet or something along those lines. And that being said, that kind of takes us to our next slide. We actually just released the market data packets for 2024. They're very helpful resources, and they give an even further in-depth view of what we're seeing and why it's a good market, the Tennessee market, especially Clarksville, Oak Grove, Kentucky, and any other markets that we actually operate in. You can see the data packets there, so you can take a look at those, marshallreddick.com/market data. And then something else is I would always encourage to take a look at our property rating ebook. So when you see a lot of our properties on our website, you will see on the property pages that they'll have a property class and a property scale. And this kind of goes over what those property classes look like. For instance, A class, B class, C class, Lux, and the way they operate. And so it tells you what kind of tenants you can expect, what kind of vacancy maintenance you can expect for the different property classes. And Malika and I are also happy to go over those on a follow-up call as well. So if you guys have any further questions, we'd love to connect with you. Feel free to reach out to us with any specific questions, and we'll also be following up. And we're happy to provide you the webinar for tonight and as well the slide deck. So if you want those, please let us know and we'll go ahead and send those over to you. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.